Well, greetings and good morning, Business 24 students. This is week 3 in our 8-week course in business communications here at Norco College. And this week we're going to be looking at kind of the beginnings of business writing. I know we started in chapter 2 last week where we looked at planning business messages, but then we jumped ahead to chapter 12 or 14, whatever it was, on business presentations. And that's kind of been the focus of this first module. And as we kind of lay the foundation this week for the business writing that we'll be picking up next week, we get into some important topics on how to draft a business message, and then, of course, how to revise or complete a business message. So these are very valuable when it comes to business writing. So we're kind of laying the foundation this week. And then next week, we'll be getting into different kinds of business messages where you're actually going to be writing some business documents. You'll be creating a memo, you'll be creating a letter, you'll be creating an email. And those are things that you'll be doing in module number 2. So this is still module number 1, week 3. So the focus again is presentations and your discussion post on the do's and don'ts of presentations. And this week, again, the chapters you're looking at are really relevant to the next module, but you still have a quiz, etc. So that's what we're going to be focused on. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing here, and I will share my screen here in Canvas. I'm not seeing it, so hold on a second. Let me get back to, there we go. All right, let me stop sharing that. Share here. All right, so this is our class in Canvas, and I'm just going to quickly go over what you're going to be working on. So I'm going to scroll down here to module number 1. This is the last week in module number 1. Just so you know, we do end module 1 this Sunday, 11/9/25, and that means that your discussion post on the do's and don'ts of business presentations is due, and your individual presentation that you've been preparing for the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks now, your third week will be this week. That is also due, meaning that you need to record your presentation and upload it to Canvas. Now, it's easier, by the way, to upload it to YouTube and then copy the link from YouTube or Prezi or excuse me, or any other web hosting site you can put it at. That's easier. Students like to use Vimeo, or they like to use, of course, YouTube. YouTube's just the most popular. So you can finish your presentation, then upload it to YouTube, and then copy the link over, and that you'll never have any problems uploading it to Canvas, doing it that way, or copying that to Canvas. But some students do have trouble uploading their PowerPoint presentation that's been recorded to Canvas, and sometimes it'll just spin. It'll say submitting, and it'll never actually submit. So if you have that trouble, I mean, you might try it first, just trying to upload it. If it doesn't upload in the 5 minutes or so, then it's probably not going to upload, and then you might want to upload it to YouTube. If you need to open a free account, please do. Just make sure that you make it public. The only people who are going to see it are people who are in our class or myself. For the most part, even though it's public, people aren't going to necessarily find it, and so just don't use any keywords or anything, and you'll be fine. And then once the class is over, or once your assignment has been graded, you can go ahead and take it down or make it private. I know that's a concern for some students, is I'm putting it out there in the public, anyone can see it, and that is true. The other option is you could put a password on it and then send me the password, but then the other students in our class won't be able to view your presentation either. So anyway, I'm kind of jumping ahead. So let me scroll down here to this week. So this one says complete. So I'm going to move these two down here. So they're both due this week. And so you do have a check-in assignment. And by the way, I'm making a change to the check-in assignment. I'm asking you to also include the page number where you found it, because I'm finding that many students are answering the questions using AI, or they're just answering them from their own knowledge, which is fine. But the idea of this assignment is that your check-in assignment is that you're actually going into the textbook and you're giving me kind of your version of the textbook answer. So put the page where you found that answer at on your answer. And that's going to be a new requirement on the check-in assignments. And that's not just really from anyone in this particular class, but I'm seeing it across the board in all the classes I teach online. So that's your first assignment. So there's a couple of questions from chapter 3 and chapter 4. And I want to highlight that in chapter 4, you really want to focus on the section that talks about improving your readability through document design. That's really a key to this class when it comes to business writing. It's not just how your document reads, It's how it looks, and that lays out kind of the ways in which you can make your document more visually appealing. So make sure you highlight that section or really pay attention to that section. It'll become very relevant in our writing session. Anyway, so here's your two assignments. Complete your discussion post and your individual presentation. You're going to be needing to be uploading that by this Sunday. Both of these should be completed. By now, you should have already made your initial post for your discussion post. You should have already viewed and commented on other students' posts. And then this week, you're going to be putting up your final post, which is your final list of do's and don'ts. And then your individual presentation. Again, you're going to record it this week. You should have by now basically built the PowerPoint. Now you're going to be practicing this week and recording it this week, and then uploading your recorded presentation. And again, there is instructions on how to record it in the assignment instructions. And then you do have your first exam. I think it's all multiple choice. There may be some sentence rewrites, maybe 5 or 6 of those that you may need to do. So make sure you review those sections in your book where you're dealing with, making your sentence you-centered or making it positive or making it unbiased. Those are the kind of sentences that you'll be rewriting. Again, you have until Sunday night to do all of this. I know it's a little bit of a heavy week, but if you've been tracking with these two discussion post assignment and individual presentation, it shouldn't be really that much work to finish it up this week. However, if you're a student that put this all off until this week, it's going to be a heavy, heavy load to try and get all that done by Sunday night. So, but that's pretty much it for week number 3. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me in my office hours, which are posted on the homepage in every one of my classes. So just select that, meet with me there. I'm actually in my office hour right now on campus on Mondays. So you can also come there and meet with me. But that's pretty much it. Have a great week. We'll see you all on video. You'll see me on video next week.